let's go ahead and get into this collective reading, okay? The collective consciousness insight, okay? All right. I call upon our great divine, our most high, our divine ancestors, and our divine spirit guides to give us the divinely accurate messages that the collective needs to hear. Not what they want to hear, but what they need to hear to help them grow, learn, and evolve on their journeys. Please allow me to convey this message in a divinely eloquent way that allows them to fully understand and understand what it is you need for them. In Jesus' name we pray, amen, and so it is, Ashe. I'm gonna shuffle these cards. I did not forget. Welcome in, welcome in. What's up, Spirit? All right, today we are in the park. Okay, connecting with Earth in 90-degree weather. The sun is beaming, so if the live goes out, it's because technology can't handle the sun. Okay, the gamma rays are too strong, all right? Okay, that's okay. I just didn't want to be inside the house today. It's too nice of a day to be inside. And then I brought the thickest cards so that the wind won't have us like, oh, they're the card. So, alrighty. So welcome in, welcome in. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What's the vibe? How the energy's treating y'all? Okay, let me know down in the chat. All right. Yes, I have my glasses on, but it's still kind of hard to see the chats, but I still will try. That's good. I love to see it. Ozzy. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. All right, let's get into this collective reading. Oh, that's on you, Mayo. I know my vibes. All righty. You can always swap up. Like, I'm sorry. Alright. Hey, it might be the energies around you then, hon. You say you at work. Not everybody at work is your friend. Not everybody at work has good intentions for you. The energies don't be vibing. Still losing cards even though we were trying to bring the thickest cards. 3 of Swords. I can't see. Thank you. It's actually a new top. I thrifted it. More like my cousin let me have it. I went thrifting in her closet. She had a bunch of old stuff she didn't want, and I was like, hold on, go ahead and pass it through, cuz. Alrighty, so we got the 3 of Swords as the first card. See what Spirit has for us today. If you know me, I do not do a pre-reading to see what the energies are holding before we get into this. So everything I'm experiencing is just along with you guys, and I will decode it and get y'all the messages, okay? Yes. And never let good clothes go to waste, okay? And if I no longer want clothes, I donate them, okay? Because I don't, what's the point of them hoarding them and them sitting around? Ain't no point to that. Let's see. Not trying to rush Spirit, but yeah, for real. Very good. It's always something when you get new clothes, right? Or like my other cousin and I was talking about how when you try to buy things from Shein, it's always a hit or miss. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, guys, because it could be Shein or like Sheen. Like I don't know how to pronounce that, but but like, you know, it's always a hit or miss with them. They got cute stuff, but Spirit, what do you want us to know about this Three of Swords? Mind you, this is my biggest deck and it's the hardest to hold for me, so be patient. About something that's coming in. Are you talking about what we talked about last week, Spirit? I'm gonna reshuffle these. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I do. I truly love you guys, and appreciate all the support you give me on this journey. Okay. Seen a couple cards that wanted to come out, but they didn't. They weren't clear enough. There we go. Yeah, it is about, okay. All right, Spirit, we get it. Okay, so first card, we got the Three of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles, followed by the Queen of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. Just so everybody knows, this is my shadow work tarot deck. Okay, so this one does get more deep and more in depth about your shadow work that needs to be done. So yeah, this is like I said, something you're working on, something new that's in the works. And last week we were saying this could be something that you've already started or have an idea about, like it's already in the works, or this could be something brand new that you haven't been inspired to start yet, but it's coming, right? With the Queen of Wands here, it's going to take some hard work. So whenever you start something new, it's always going to take hard work. It's always going to take patience. It's always going to take discipline and consistency. Okay, because you know nothing you do in life is just going to be that and done, right? You can't build a business overnight, right? Especially if you've never owned a business. You feel what I'm saying? Everything is brand new to you. You're constantly learning. You're constantly growing. Okay. Am I sweating like crazy? Yes. But with the Queen of Wands energy here, you have what it takes to get this done. Okay. All right. And let me get some water because your girl's overheating. But like I was saying, what was I saying? Hold on, that's my neurodivergency kicking in. But like I was saying, when you start a new project, no matter what it is, side note. Okay, let my neurodivergent spiciness, you know, just keep on task for a second. But I see the Dinies and I see the gift. Okay, love bomb. Period. I brought I brought the Slinky out the house, guys. Yes, I did, because it's important. It has a main character role in these lives now. Okay. But I was gonna say we are 10 family members away on YouTube before we can go live on YouTube, which will keep us from having to do these two separate screens for Twitch and TikTok. I mean, TikTok is still a whole other thing until we get to 1,000. Streamlabs is being mean, but still, we are so close to our goals on YouTube. Twitch can't see me no more since I sat like this. But anywho, let's get back to the serious mode. Okay. So Queen of Wands. Okay. This is that go-getter energy. This is that boss energy. Okay, I'm not gonna cuss, but you know, that boss bee energy. Right. And with the Three of Pentacles here, this is that insight into your journey. Okay. Guys, my legs are sweating so much. Just some just a TMI there. Just to let y'all know. the things I do for you guys. But I do it for myself, to be honest, because I wanted to be out here. But yeah, the Three of Pentacles, okay, is like that insight into the journey. Because with the Three of Swords, meaning sorrow and everything, you're gonna have stressful moments. You're gonna have those moments where you're like, you want to throw in the towel, or it gets too hard and complicated that you're like, oh my goodness, like, why did I start this? But God Universe is very much telling you, you have the backing of the entire universe, the ethers, telling you to go ahead and follow your dreams, okay? Don't give up on your dreams when you're just beginning, okay? There's no point in that, right? Because when we start new projects, it can always look overwhelming at first, right? I'll use myself as an example because, you know, I'm very new to this streaming and social media and building a brand that could be very inclusive for all of you, so that you guys can grow, learn, and evolve while you watch me grow, learn, and evolve on my journey as well. And literally, I kid you not, before we went live, before I went and, you know, set up and grounded and everything and you know, prayed over the live, I was on ChatGPT for literally 3 hours, okay? Literally 3 hours trying to fix the new live schedule, okay? Because I went on Canva, you know, I did my thing with Canva, but I felt like, you know, in my soul, it wasn't enough. Like, I was like, okay, I did my little edits and everything, right? It is cute, but I feel like it could be better, you know? Like, I could feel like it could represent the mission that God has us on, right? And kid you not, me and ChatGPT went back and forth for 3 hours. 3 hours on tiny details. And I was like, I'm being meticulous, but in my soul, I know what it's supposed to look like, right? And it wasn't even the meticulous parts, because we got it down. We got it to where I wanted it to be. It's just ChatGPT decided, you know, we were gonna keep making the same spelling error. And I was like, you know, ChatGPT, it's kind of sad you can't spell the word the. No. That's a no. I appreciate you asking for consent though, but that is a no. Hey Ernesto, what's up? Yeah, that's a no. Manifesting pregnancy. My pregnancy will come when God decides it to. Okay. We're gonna let that be fate right there. They were about to push in the wind. Alright, so then we have the Lover's card and the Ace of Swords. So, you know, people think the Lover's card is, you know, always about couples and everything, but there's more to it, right? Oh, thank you. Okay, so there's more to it, guys. Okay, like the Lover's card is also, with the Ace of Swords behind it, is that loving what you do, okay? And the work you're putting in now is going to manifest, okay, into you loving your work. Wake up every day excited to do the work that you've been putting in, okay, for in the long run, right? You've been putting in this work to whatever your goals are, until you're able to do that at the fullest potential, right? That's what all the first couple cards are talking about, putting in that work so that you can wake up and love what you do, okay? No matter what it is, no matter if it's content creation, no matter if it's opening a business, okay, no matter if it's a line of work that you really want to be in, okay, like do you, okay, and find what makes you happy and smile every day, because that's going to bring you Ace of Swords, the clarity of mind that you need, okay, to move forward in life. All right, guys, I can't really see the comments because of the sun. Trying my hardest here. Ooh, you know it's blaring when your cards are hot. Sun is cooking us. Period. I don't care. I love the sun, guys, so I don't really mind. Two of Pentacles. This is bringing you balance, okay? Not just financial balance, not just financial stability, right? This is also going to bring you balance within your physical world, where you could feel like if you are stuck in a 9-to-5 job, right, and you don't like it there, you're not really feeling the energies over there, okay, then whatever this that you've been working on, or you're going to start working on, okay, all depends on where you're at in this energy, right? And the universe told me there was a portal coming July 25th, and to be ready for that. So so whatever you're working on, be ready for that, and be ready to put your plan in full motion, either before that time or at that time. So and if you're thinking about it, right, and you're like, oh, what is it that am I supposed to be doing in this lifetime? What is it that I'm supposed to be cultivating and building upon, right? I promise you, God universe does not blink, right? God universe will tell you in a second. If you truly just allow it to come, I promise you, it's that first thought you had, that first thing you thought of, that was God going, here, take it, run with it, do what you want with it, because you know, and not what you want, but do what you know you're supposed to be doing with it, so that you're able to build upon it, okay? All right, welcome in, and I see you, who's Fanta love bomb, okay, period. And guys, just so we are aware and we are clear, today is not personal reading day. Today I'm not answering any personal questions. If you join us this Saturday, it'll change next week to Fridays, but this Saturday we will be doing personal readings plus subscriptions, so that you guys can get your personal questions in for your journey. But today is just the collective consciousness insight, okay? So we're just going with the flow of what all the energy is in the universe, okay? All right, and most of us are either in this energy right now, or we're coming into this energy. Remember, everybody is in a different standpoint in their journey. Everybody is growing at different rates at different times, okay? So don't let anybody else's journey try to confuse you from your journey, or have you thinking you're not on the right path, right? It's none of that, okay? And I don't take reversals unless the Lord specifies to take reversals. Alright, so we have a 4 of Cups and a 10 of Wands, and then the Justice card. Okay, 4 Cups, 4 meaning stability. Okay, Cups meaning emotional intuition. All right, so this is stability within your emotional mind, when it comes to this, also this balance that you're getting in the physical. Okay, so with the 10 of Wands here, there could have been some past things that kept you from doing this before. This could have been something you've tried before, okay? And it didn't really go according to your plan, but again, that was God universe's plan, because you know, as human beings, you know, just trying to get in contact with our souls, we always think we know what's best. We always think we know what we want, and we always think we know, but in actuality we don't understand a certain position, or how much work truly goes into something that we're trying to do, right? And we're just, you know, we want to do it, and we want to, you know, fast track everything. But here's the thing: if you fast track it, you know, you'll slip up, you'll make mistakes like any normal person, but it will be on a greater and graver scale than what it's supposed to be, right? You know, because versus someone who has the experience to do what it is you're trying to do, like, you know, you might crash and burn just a little too hard for the universe to want to give it to you in that past moment, right? Like if you know, a lot of people want to try to manifest a lot of money, right? And Tyra, I see you. And a lot of people who want to try to manifest a lot of money, right? Boom, love bomb. But in actuality, they never handle that much money. So getting that much money would be worse for them than it would be to better their lives. You feel me? Because if you have a bad spending habit, or you have poor investment choices, or you know, you're just not that G with the money, you know, you can't really handle a bag like that yet. And you're talking about you want millions of dollars, okay? Well, Donald Trump has billions of dollars and still manages to fumble it every time, okay? So God don't want you to be like that. God universe does not want you to be out here getting millions of dollars and then you end up broke, having to pay all these people back because you did not use it correctly, right? That would be worse for you than if you have to struggle a little bit and, you know, make the money over time and really learn and cultivate your skills, so that when it is time, which is what this justice card is telling you, that it is time for you to train, there you go, confirmation, that it is time for you to start stepping into the light, and it is time for you to start stepping into what you're supposed to be doing, right? Because you've had the time and the experiences that are going to allow you to make better choices and decisions and use your discernment, okay, when you're going through these processes, okay? So yes, maybe in the past it wasn't your come up season yet, but that doesn't mean your come up season isn't coming around, you know what I'm saying? So and now's your time, right? That's what I'm getting from this, is that now is your time to come up, okay, and do the things you're trying to do. If you're trying to start, I seen someone say they're you know, last week we were talking something similar about this, and they were saying they're, you know, getting their art business off the ground. Yeah, if it's about your art business, if you make art, if you make clothes, if you make, you know, if you make tech, if you like whatever it is you specialize in, okay, E-Money, I see you, boom, love bomb. So it's like whatever you specialize in, okay, if it's content creation, right, if it's music, right, whatever it is you specialize in, whatever it is you know makes your heart and your soul sing for joy and feel the most gratitude ever, right, and which is a very high vibrational energy, then that is what you're supposed to be doing, okay? All right? Yeah, like there's no such thing as not having a place on this planet. All right, you have something that makes you special, okay, and you have to find that, and you have to figure that out for yourself, okay? All right, and yes, a spiritualist that come on here, we love nothing more than to help you. Watch out for the fakes, but we love nothing more to help you on your journey, but at the same time, we can't do the work for you, okay? Right? I've spent 5 going on 6 years doing the work on myself, okay? All right? So, you know, there's many more who have been doing it longer than I have, yes, but, you know, I still have years under my belt. Okay? And I tell people my spiritual gifts manifested when I was very young, but because I didn't know what they were and I didn't know what they meant, I locked them away for a period of time until I actually could understand them. Did that stop my dreams? No, my dreams kept coming, but that it did mess with my clairaudience and my clairsentience and my claircognizance a little bit. So and you know, it'd be like that though, but once you start this spiritual journey, you know, all that stuff comes back to you. All right, with the Sun card, meaning opportunity, okay, meaning this is the time, right? Like we said, the Justice card, this is the justice for what you couldn't do in the past because you weren't ready for it. Now is the time, now is the opportunity to take it and go full force, okay? About how your mother-in-law feels about you, hon, I'm not gonna get into that energy today, but if you want to come back on Saturday, next week it will be on Fridays, but Saturday we could do personal readings. Today we're just doing the collective consciousness insight. Okay, so this is for everybody, and everybody gets a free reading to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay, but yeah, this is your time to shine. Okay, and be the supreme light being that God knows you are. Okay, you ever wonder why you haven't been taken out of this journey yet? It's because God still sees the future you. God can see the entire timeline you're walking, the entire path you're walking. Not just what you see in your present moment, but the entire path. So God knows where you're going to end up, right? So if you keep listening to the divine, keep following what your ancestors and your spirit guides are telling you, okay, you're going to be just fine, and you're going to be okay on this journey. And what did I just say? With the Empress card, literally follow your intuition, listen to the divine, because you know what it is you're supposed to be doing, right? And if you're still unsure, that could just be some trauma blocks, right, that you need to go ahead and work on. Okay, now we have the Five of Cups here. All right, and with the Five of Cups, heavily picking up on let go of how things turned out in the past. Okay, now is a new direction. Okay, and I see you, Mafami. I'm calling you Mufasa. Okay, I'm playing. Yeah. So yeah, like I was saying, like let go of how things turned out in the past, because you have a choice. Okay, to change how the outcome turns out, right? Because, you know, like I said, if you tried something in the past and it didn't work out, okay, that's because it wasn't your time yet, sis. It wasn't your time yet, brother. Like, it wasn't your time. Okay, God, universe needed you to go through a couple things first before you can come back to this. Okay, because wherever you at in that moment was not where God needed you to be for this moment. Okay, so do not doubt yourself, do not doubt your intuition when it comes to picking the correct path. Okay, and what I tell people most, and I see you, Mufami, I see you, Mufami, boom. Love bomb. I got you, girl. Sending the love right back at you. Okay, is that, what was I saying? Guys, my neural spiciness will let me get off track if I allow it. Hold on. What was I saying? We talking about, I know what we were talking about, but I was saying something specific. It'll come back to me. And it must have not been important enough for the Lord to bring it back right away. But yeah, so if you're thinking of things are like the past, I want you to know nothing is ever going to be like the past unless you make it like the past. Okay. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Okay, so when you're along this journey, okay, it's very important that you understand that your actions have a direct impact on how you shape your universe, on how you shape your timeline. Okay, so if you're wondering why you aren't on X, Y, and Z timeline where you got the most money, it's because of your thoughts and your actions. Okay, your thoughts lead to your actions, and your actions lead to the messing, I wouldn't say messing up, but the tampering of the universe. Okay, because it's going to project whatever you put out. So if you're out here and you're still projecting lack, okay, well, you're not ready to be in the timeline where you are abundance. That's what you're telling the universe, right? So you have to be very, very careful about how you perceive the universe, how you perceive your reality, okay, so that you don't make those kind of cycle traps. Okay, and that's why God universe is saying you have more options now. Before you know, when you first tried to do this thing, or when it was just an idea and you kind of just blew it off at the time, now is the time to go full throttle. Now is the time to put in the work, put in the effort, and make it happen. Okay, because you can't make things happen if you don't put energy toward them. All right. Yeah, with the Tower and the Hangman, God's saying shift your perspective, turn it a different way of view, okay? See it in a different light, you know. See, because the tower isn't just about bad things happening to you. Like, tower isn't just butterfly just passed by. Tower isn't just all these bad things, yada yada. No, that's not just what the tower is about, okay? The tower is more than that, okay? It is also about shifting your paradigm, okay? Because there are some things that come in your life to make you shift your paradigm. If you don't allow, is it raining? If you do not allow for your mind and your paradigm to be shifted, then, you know, the universe is going to do it for you, okay? The universe isn't going to play about it. The universe is going to tell you, hey, I'm doing this in your life because you're not ready to do what I need you to do without me pushing you into a couple of corners so that you can get yourself together, so that you can, hangman, you can see it from a different light. There go that butterfly again, period. Confirmation, y'all. Transformation. Confirmation, transformation. That rhymes. Okay, it's a little sprinkly. It's a little sprinkly. Okay. The weather did not call for rain today, so this is a little odd. Oh, when did that card come out? Guys, I'm too into the rain. So I just don't want the cards to get messed up. So, but it looks like it's gonna pass really soon because the clouds are still very open over here. So it just looks like it's passing by. And it's really, it's not even storming. It's just like light clouds and it's sprinkling, which is weird. Because then over there it's like super clear sky. So I think it's gonna pass very soon. But if it gets harder, I might have to cut the live, guys, kind of short. And I'm sorry because I know we was getting into it too. But just for the safety and protection of our divine tools here, so they don't get messed up. But yeah, we have the Two of Wands. Let's see if Spirit can wrap it up. If it does get a little too rainy out here. But it's definitely cooled me down. I don't even know. It's cooled down. It's not as hot anymore. But you see, the Two of Wands is a journey, right? Okay, from something old to something new. Hey, butterfly! It just got really close to the phone. Okay, so like, I don't know if you guys can see this, but see here, there's this pillar, and then there's like a river here, and then there's a boom, yep. See, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and there's a little pillar over there in the back, right? Sorry, Twitch, I want to make sure you guys see it too. So you see that there, and then you see that pillar in the back. Okay, that's the road. That's symbolizing the journey it takes to do these shifts. Okay, because you know a lot of people think they'll go through their spiritual journey overnight, and you know, bada bam, is done. I'm my highest self. No, you're not. Stop playing. Who are you trying to fool? You were literally in your ego not even 24 hours ago. Stop it. Stop it. Like, what? You think it's that easy? No. Especially if you are not a child. If you are not from the ages of 1 to 7, I will not believe you, okay? Because, and understand, that's the easiest ages to go through a spiritual journey, because that's when you're the most connected to spirit, when you just came out of the womb portal, right? But if it has been 20 plus years that you've been on this planet, then do not sit here and lie and say you are in your highest self form. You are not. You are not operating out of soul just yet, okay? You need more time, okay? All right? It does not happen overnight. It will never happen overnight. I don't care what you do. I don't care how hard you try. It's not happening, okay? Because some things God Universe doesn't even want you to have access to until you reach a certain point. Okay, so you out here thinking you know it all, and God Universe hit you with another surprise, another truth about the universe. Here you go. And it's like, why you ain't been tell me that? But because you weren't ready to hear it. Okay, all right. So if you're not ready to hear something, you're not ready to learn something, God Universe will keep you from it until you're ready for it. Okay, because there's no point in destroying your psyche There's no point in doing, you know, having to go back and do more mental work because you learned something too early, okay? Which is why I believe, even though, like, my pastor, he knows he's spiritual. I could tell because he be talking about spiritual topics, but he try to be mixing it in with that Christian stuff. So he be like, like literally the other Sunday he was like, the dark night of the soul, and I was like, my bro's spitting. He's spitting right now. Like, and nobody is understanding what's going on because they're not spiritual. They're Christian. So they're, and it's like, it's because Christians believe they're not supposed to be spiritual. And it's like, come on now. I'm like, I don't even think my pastor's supposed to be talking about some of this stuff, but he keeps going into certain things the only spiritualists talk about, and you be sitting there like, are we sure he's Christian? Like, wait, what? Because I don't know any other pastor that would get that deep like that. Never. I've never seen it. Okay, I've never heard of it before. Okay, and I'm like, that's why God led me to him and was like, you can only listen to this guy as a pastor because he's the only one who truly understands. But at the same time, he can't go into the spiritual topics because there are 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds, 40-year-olds who have been stuck in their ego all this time. And if you start telling them, hey, everything you know is a lie, you're gonna break a lot of people's psyches, and you're gonna do more harm than good. Okay, Rain. Okay, we see, we get it. It's clear and loud. Okay, that's the universe telling us to call it a wrap, y'all. We have to call it a day there, because it's getting a little too much out here. Okay. All right, but I just want you guys to know that. That's why you can't go so fast through the journey and think you're gonna speed run your spiritual journey. Enlightenment is not easy. Enlightenment is not easy, but it's worth it. Becoming pure energy again is worth it, but it's not easy, okay? It's not easy, but it's worth it, all right? All right, guys, I love you guys. I do not want our divine tools getting ruined by the rain, all right? I know. All right, remember, we speak love, justice, and peace. Y'all have a blessed day. Amen.